Hey, hey, live after about a week. I don't know if you've noticed, we've been away for a while. We went away as soon as the sun comes out. Me and my little lot, we all go, yay, sun is out, let's go play. Right, so if you're logging on, just say hello so I can see who's watched this. And if you're watching on replay, just put a hashtag replay so I see that Facebook is sending my video out. Anyway, so tonight we're talking about how to reduce stress, frustration, anxiety, panic attacks, all of that stuff. Right, I want to make this quite simple and straightforward for you. So I'm going to touch up on what stands out the most for me when I'm talking to the people that I talk to the ladies that I talk to my clients, and what is so important to be in charge of and to be aware of. So, a lot of people will try counseling, therapy, meditation, all of that stuff. All of that stuff is good. It's not bad. It's not wrong. It's good. It's absolutely amazing. But what's really important is to try something that works for you as a person. Something that fits in with your lifestyle, something that fits in with your personality, something that fits in with what you believe and what you feel in your heart. Because anybody can watch a meditation video on YouTube or online. Anybody can go to a counselor and be told you should be doing this or doing that. Anybody can go to a therapist and be taught about CBT, about, directing your thoughts in different directions and what have you. But if what you've tried has not worked, and anybody can get some anxiety medications or depression medication from the doctors, but if what you've tried has not worked for months and months or for years and years for some people, then you've got to understand that that is not what your soul is looking for. Your soul knows what it wants, and once you've got it, once you've got the thing that works for you as a person, for your soul, for your mind, and for your spirit, that it literally gels with you and it literally works and it becomes a part of who you are, and it becomes so easy to implement it and make it a habit in your life to be in charge of your thoughts and your emotions and not let them overwhelm you to a point where you're anxious. And how do I know this? I know this very well because I struggled with anxiety for a long time, and it got worse when I was living on my own with my then under 1 year old, my oldest son, and I used to go to bed with a knife under my pillow. I used to go to bed thinking that people are gonna smash into my house and take my baby away. Walking around, I used to get palpitations. Walking around, pushing the pram, I used to think that people are gonna attack me. I'm gonna get stabbed. Somebody's gonna take my baby, and every single day I used to have to step out of the house after devising a plan for how to keep us safe if things go crazy whilst we're out and about. So I used to walk around constantly jittery and constantly scared and constantly worried. And the worst thing was the sleeping with the knife under my pillow. That was the worst thing that was the moment that I realized that, something's got to change. I couldn't carry on like that. And I used to sleep not with just a small knife. It was one of those big meat knives. I used to sleep with that under my pillow, and I used to think, if somebody breaks into my house, I'm going to take this and I'm going to stab them and what have you. When you get anxious to a point where you actually think the things that are happening in your thoughts are actually real, you start to depress yourself even more than you should be. So today I'm going to show you what really stands out for me when I'm talking to people and I'm working with people on how to be in charge of stress, anxiety, how to be in charge of your thoughts and emotions. I've done a big masterclass on this. If you go to my website and sign up to watch the masterclass, you can see it. And it's really good, and it's really detailed, and there's some pictures and everything on there to show you just how simple and how easy it works when you find something that works for you. So anyway, number one, the most important thing you've got to do in order to be in charge of your thoughts and your emotions and to stop anxiety, frustration, depression, all of that stuff, the most important thing you've got to do is find the root cause. Always find what is causing you, what triggers where you end up when your thoughts start spiraling out of control. And it's really important Finding out those root, there's lots of different strategies that you can try out in terms of finding out what the root cause is. But we're not going to go into that today because it's really important for me to make this as simple and straightforward for you. But I'll tell you a little bit more about this in a bit. But finding the root cause, it empowers you. And knowledge is power. Knowing what causes the problem empowers you to put the right strategy in place so that you can stop that thing that puts you in that place. You can stop it from making you go spiral into confusion and getting stressed, anxious, and frustrated, or panic attacks, or depression, and all of that. So that is so important. This is the one thing that is different between me and a whole lot of service providers out there. I won't just show you trinkets and tips and tricks on how to do things and how to, anybody can show you how to meditate. I can show you how to meditate. I can show you how to do visualization or mantras or anything. I can show you how to do CBT. I can show you how to do breathing techniques, all of that stuff. But none of that makes any difference if you don't know what gets you in a position where you're feeling anxious, stressed, frustrated, or you're getting a panic attack. So that is so important. Always find the root cause. Always find what is triggering you. It could be a word. It could be a smell. It could be the way somebody behaves with you. It could be just a thought. It could be anything. But the most important thing to do is to find that root cause. And how do we do that? We do that through communication, asking the right questions that lead you down the rabbit hole until you find where the root is. And number 2, when you get stressed, anxious, or a panic attack, what you need to think is, are you trying to control your thoughts or block them? A lot of times when we get stressed, we hold our breath. And we get stressed, and then we start getting palpitations, and then we start sweating, and then we start feeling physical feelings here, there, and everywhere that are showing us that we're stressed. The same with panic attacks. We start breathing really fast and really hard and not giving our brain enough oxygen to process what we're thinking and to actually do the actual thinking that will give you a solution. So when you get stressed, the first thing to do, and I teach this to my oldest, and he's an extremely emotional person, and he panics very, very easily, and he gets anxious very, very easily. The first thing I always teach him to do is breathe in and then hold that breath and just let it travel throughout your body, and then breathe out really, really slowly. And the one thing I teach him when he breathes in is to think, number 1, what is the problem? Number 2, how do I want this problem to be fixed? And number 3, can I fix it? Do I know how to do it? If I don't, then who is around me that I can ask to help me to fix what's going on in my head? And it works like a treat. If you have any kids who struggle with panicking and being anxious, it works like a treat. It just gives you that few seconds to calm your mind and to actually think, not to block your thoughts, because that's what we normally do. We try and control or block our thoughts. And when we do that, it creates a loop of frustration. So the most important thing to do is to breathe. Let the thoughts be, and just divert your attention to less stressful thoughts. That is what's so, so important. You've got to learn to be in charge of your thoughts and emotions, not to control them. So you take charge of the moment, not let the moment control you or take you away, or not let the moment drown you, or not you try and control the thoughts. What happens when we get a lot of thoughts coming into our head is we think, oh, I feel that thought and I don't like it, I'm going to block it. Or I feel that thought, and then you follow it down the rabbit hole. You're like following, and then everything is just spiraling out of control. But what you've got to do is take charge. So what we do is breathing techniques. You breathe in, hold it, and then breathe out slowly. And when you do that, you allow yourself time and energy to actually direct your thoughts in the right way, to actually see what it is that is going on, to actually give yourself time to actually think and not let things go out of control. And that is so, so important. And a lot of meditation does teach breathing techniques. My favorite meditation guru is a guy called Eric Hall. He's absolutely amazing. He teaches vibrational meditation and law of attraction, and it's really, really amazing. It's really mind opening. And if you've been watching a lot of my stuff in the past, you will know that I'm a big fan of vibration and law of attraction. Whatever you think comes your way. Whatever you believe in comes your way. So number three, in order for you to reduce stress, anxiety, and frustration and stuff, is to have strategy in place. Now, the one person who knows you is yourself. The one person who knows what you believe in. When I'm talking about what you believe in, I'm talking about when you watch meditation videos, or when you read a book about how to be in charge of stress, anxiety, and stuff, or whatever you do, whatever strategy you think you want in your life, when you are looking at it, or when you're thinking about the processes of it, do you believe that it's going to work? Do you, in your heart of hearts, in your soul, do you absolutely believe it's going to work? If you have any minute of doubt that it's not going to work, then that strategy is never going to work for you, because you don't believe it fully. It's the same when you're taking medications for depression. If you read the leaflet for medication for depression, it actually says it causes depression, which is it's sort of like shooting your foot in the leg when you take depression medication, because one of the biggest side effects is that it causes depression. So when you take that medication, do you believe that it's going to work, or do you read the leaflet like me and go, well, that's not going to work? The minute you believe that what you're trying is not going to work, it's never going to work. And the most important thing to do is to stop that loop of frustration and keep on trying and keep on trying and keep on trying the same methods over and over again and never getting anywhere with them. It's about finding out what your soul replies to, what your soul really believes in, and then doing that. It's the same thing as, say, for instance, when you know that you like English food. You eat English food and you believe it's going to nourish you and you believe it's going to make you feel good, and it does. When you don't like, say, Italian food, and somebody says, oh, let's go to an Italian restaurant, and then you go, oh, everybody's raving on about Italian food, let me go to the Italian restaurant. You go there, you're going to be judging every single thing about that Italian food, and you're not going to enjoy it. It's the same thing with any strategy that you put in place in order to be in charge of your thoughts and emotions. If you try meditation because everybody else is trying meditation, but you don't actually believe it, and you think, is this woo-woo stuff really working? I don't know, I'll just try it because everybody's doing it. It's never going to work, because you're going to be judging every single step that you do in that meditation. If you try pharmaceutical tablets and you don't believe in them, it's the same thing. So the most important thing to do is to work on your soul, to find out what your soul works. Now, as a health and well-being mindset expert myself, that is something that I'm absolutely amazing at. I'm absolutely amazing at finding your triggers. I'm absolutely amazing at finding out where your soul lies. And it's so simple to find out how. It's so easy. But the thing is, everybody is different. Every single person is different. The things that we've gone through in our lives are different. Where we are headed in life is different. What we go through every single day, our relationship spectrum, our work, our lifestyle, the things we eat, the things we like, the things we speak about, the dialogue we have in our heads is so different. So in order for me to give you real help, in order for me to show you what works for you, I have to actually speak to you to find out who you are as a soul, not just as a body, not just as an entity in this world. To find out who you are, so that I can show you what strategy is going to work in your life to help you be in charge of your thoughts and your emotions. And that is key. I want you to remember one thing. If you're going to take anything from this video, just remember, just because everybody is doing something doesn't mean it's going to work for you. You're a different person, and you should accept your difference, and you should actually celebrate that, and always work on making sure that your difference is fed the right information, so that your difference can actually be nourished whilst you walk on this earth. Because life is very short. Now, I watched a video earlier on about, are you happy? Do you do the things that you like that are happy, that make you happy? So my question to you is, are you happy? Do you wake up every single day doing what makes you happy? If you don't, then why not? And how many times a week do you do the one thing that makes you happy? That is so, so important. Every single day in our lives, going throughout this earth, we are constantly being told that we are nobodies, that we are just a body, we are not a soul, we don't have a soul, that we're supposed to be looked at and judged by everybody else. But the honest truth is that we are a soul. We are a soul. When you pass away, something leaves your body, something exits, something actually says it's time to close your eyes now. I am leaving this body. That's your soul. So you've got to understand that your soul's got to be happy. You've got to be happy. Life has got to flow fluidly, just like water, for you to feel like part of this earth and to enjoy your time on this earth. Now, are you happy? Do you do what makes you happy? Nick says hi. Hi, Nick. Thanks for logging on. Do you do what makes you happy? And how many times a week do you do it? It is so important to do that, to do the things that make you happy. As long as you're not hurting anyone or damaging anyone or stepping on somebody's toes, and you're doing just you, what makes you happy. Life is going to flow just so fluidly like water. And it's going to be so, so easy for you to look after you and to enjoy you. Anyway, I hope that helps you. If you like this video, like it and share it so other people get the help that they need in order to live 2019 as their best year and to enjoy every single day like it's their last. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a lovely, lovely night.